And we're live! Hello everybody, Mr. Moo here in the cockpit, here in Elite Dangerous, here in Glidden Enterprise. On board the Amundsen because, well, got kind of an idea in my head the other night. Kind of an idea that, you know, maybe we should go and put some of these ships to their actual use. Crazy thought, I know. Oh, hello everybody, Master 1007, Marino Twine, hello there, Terlock, hello. Oh lord, it's in a spreadsheet now. Orion, Grez, so many people showing up already. Hello to everybody, thank you so much for showing up. Shoutouts to Dom of the D, Algander, and Hungover Herald. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to the Moo Crew. Hope you enjoy your stay. What's going on? It's Wednesday. It's a little rainy here, but, you know, it's the rainy season. That kind of makes sense. I've got a Yuki with me. I've got a Hank. Let's see here. Who am I flying with today?
Greetings.
Standing by.
Ready in waiting.
Greetings.
That's right. Say hello to my new first officer for the moment. Eli. Oh, somebody's been busy and playing with the HCS packs. Yeah. So, Master 10, what's this project you were working on yesterday? I'm intrigued. Well, I'm still not ready to quite broadcast the exact details on it, but I figure iMage had an idea, you know, sub-goals. And I need to figure out a realistic but somewhat ambitious sub-goal here, but tell you what, if I get to whatever number, you know, whatever number I figure is realistic and yet a little bit ambitious. Yes, this is my moment of sellout. But yeah, I hit the sub-goal and I will, I promise, engineer to the hilt, all the way to full, you know, grade 5 on whatever I can, engineer a I can't even say it. Engineer that ship. I will engineer that. You can do it, buddy. No, not a crate. I would love a crate. No, this one is a little bit more Type 6-y. Engineer a a second here. Got it. I will engineer and fly a keelback. We will see just how ridiculous we can make. All plasma cannons? Probably not. All railguns? Certainly a possibility. Multi-cannons? Fighter bays? Yeah, we'll be doing that too. Maybe we go stealth, I don't know. Delta Fire Dragon, hey there! So, yeah, that is the, I just gotta figure out what a realistic goal for that is, you know, at the same time, you know, maybe a goal that I can never hit, so I never have to do that. We'll see. Leandra07. And for those just showing up, I've got a new organizational system for the sound clips. So it's there on a little bit of a spreadsheet, but I'm still working on it. It's still a work in progress. We'll be getting there. Let's see here. Did Frontier actually get around to... Not Frontier. Which doesn't look like it yet. Alright, we'll get there. Orion, a keel what? Could you repeat that? I had something in my ear. Meow had a good idea for the name, a railback. Yeah. But in the meantime, we're going to go and build and maybe do some engineering on another ship. Not that ship, though. Lights on?
On.
Overcharged power plant, overcharged plasma accelerators, dirty drive, make it into a baked potato. This would be more like the baking potato. Gear up.
gear coming up.
But no, you can't have size 1, you can't have small plasma accelerators, so I'm wondering about that, but you can have small and medium rails. But no, we're just gonna get the basics of another ship design going here. We're gonna actually use a chieftain for its intended purpose eventually. Leandra, short-range incendiary multi-cannons, that wouldn't be... You know, that's certainly within the realm of possibility. Delta Fire Dragon plan on going in the Orion Nebula expedition. Master 10, what's that purpose? I'm going to put together a... I'm just going to start on... Going to kind of turn this into a bit of a project car, or a project ship. Going to pick up another chieftain, and see what we can do to make it an anti-Xeno vessel. Because having worked the other day on that Federal Corvette, with the quad Gauss cannons, and realizing, you know, this actually works alright. I don't think I was hitting... Oh, no, the Chieftain is definitely a combat purpose ship. Cisco Boy 1, nice to finally catch a stream. Welcome to the stream, glad he could make it. No, a Chieftain definitely is a combat purpose ship, but it seems to have been designed to fight Thargoids, and that is definitely a thing we haven't done yet. But, after fighting the Thargoids in my Federal Corvette the other day, I realized that I don't think all 4 of those Gauss cannons were actually hitting the heart. So if I can make, you know, if I just... So quad Gauss cannons on that Corvette, it's good, but it wasn't actually living up to the expectation. Now if I go triple Gauss cannons, they're in a much more compact arrangement. So it's possible I would be able to, you know, pull down the same effect and a lot more, you know, outrunability. Is that even a word? Let's see here. I wonder if the Shard Guardian, or if the Guardian Shard Cannon would work in the Chieftain like the Frags. I think it would. It's just an anti-Thargoid, yeah, it's just an anti-Thargoid frag cannon. At least as far as I know. It's just that I don't have the Shard Cannons unlocked. I really should get around to that at some point, but... the grind on those Guardian sites is a little... I don't like grinding away in an SRV. But no, Orion, we've definitely proven that a chieftain can do combat. And we're going to be doing some more of that coming up a little bit later. I mean, we've still got a war on. Leandra, you could put thermal vent beams in the small slots. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Probably gimbaled, efficient thermal vents on those small, you know, on the beam lasers. 3 small beam lasers, just... yeah, active heat sinks. Very active heat sinks. So how's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody is having a good week so far. Unless the Shard Cannon can both hurt the hearts and expose, I doubt the shards would be any use without Guardian Rails. Well, Orion, Guardian Rails can hurt and expose. I think the Guardian Plasma Chargers can also hurt and expose. So I think all the weapons are pretty well multi-purpose. Cisco Boy, just wanted to let you know I recently bought a gaming rig to play Elite after watching your vids on YouTube, so thank you. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. I'm not sure whether I should say congratulations or you have my condolences. A lot of responsibility. Leandra, I wonder if they actually work like heat sinks, to the point where ships lose target lock on you. I know they can get the ship down to 1% heat, if not 0. Yeah, they would lose, a ship would lose a target lock on me if I hit them with, if I got my heat down enough, and they were far enough away. If they were outside of 500 meters, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be able to see me. Stuff like that. These are questions we're going to be answering. Because we're going to try to build a fairly cold-running ship. You know, while at the same time running triple Guardian Gauss cannons for, you know, fun. But no, I believe the magic number is 20%. If you can get your ship down below 20%, they do have trouble spotting you at range. Now, one thing you never, ever, ever want to do is fire off thermal vent beams while you have silent running activated. That is a very, very bad thing to do. That raises your heat at an exponential rate. Orion, I've been trying to make a copy of your chieftain and realized I had to unlock someone other than Todd. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to unlock, let's see here. Zachariah and Nemo for the frags. I want to say... Oh boy. Professor Palin for the drives. I mean, Felicity is good with drives, but she only gets up to grade 3. You need Professor Palin, Zachariah Nemo, I want to say Bill Turner. You're going to need Bill Turner for the plasma accelerator. Leandra, you could take shield cell banks without needing heat sinks. Specialize them to lower thermal load and just fire at stuff to mitigate the heat. It's true. It's true.
These days in their crazy language, am I right?
Hardcore, thank you so much for the host. Always appreciated. So yeah, we're gonna stop by here at Jameson Memorial and just put the raw materials on the ship. See what we can get going with this. Request docking.
Oh, how nice. Something for me to do. Yes, you're approved. Please head directly for Bay 20.
Eli, you and I are going to have a very interesting relationship, aren't we? Gear down?
Gear down.
Neurality 07 all stream time is the highlight of work. Well, glad to hear that. Evergreen Rogue, hello there. Oh, hope you're having a good week. And I just hit allied with the Pilots Federation because apparently they are very happy that I've been shooting up Thargoid ships. And for those who remember me saying I probably wasn't going to go into combat against Thargoids, well, the situation seems to have changed a little bit, hasn't it? The fact that the Guardians tried talking to them and the Thargoids were just totally uninterested in communications. Evergreen Rogue, so far so good. How's your week going? I really can't complain. After years of watching recorded streams on YouTube, this is the first ever live stream I'm chatting on. It feels surreal. Well, we're just people. We're just folk. Okay, so we want a chieftain. And yeah, we're gonna throw some, we're gonna throw as much anti-Xeno tech on this thing as we can. We can't go full shield boosters on this thing, because obviously we need the scanning and the anti... We are going to have to hull tank this thing. Like, hardcore. Now the good news is, since we're going up against Thargoids, we don't actually need the reactive armor. Thargoid weaponry ignores resistance. So you just want straight up shield strength and megajoules, and straight up hull points. So we're gonna go with that. Hard points first. This would be our friend, the experimental weapons. Class 2 weapons on a Class 3 hardpoint. It feels silly, but the placement on these things is just too good. That and those things look the business, don't they? Leandra, does a stealth build work against Thargoids? No shields, ice cold, lots of metal girders. I don't believe it does. Well, that's a very good question, actually. Do Thargons track via cold? I don't think they do, because I've seen so many people who fire off heat sinks and get their heat down so cold after they fire off shield cell banks. Verid, is it just me, or is the stream a little darker? It shouldn't be. It should be running on the same brightness as usual. I hope. But no, Leandra, I don't think they track us via thermal. I could be wrong, and I may have to ask around and see about that. Might just be the outfitting screen. Entirely possible, yeah. Okay, so there's my weapons loadout. Verid, you can barely see the video? That could be your screen brightness, then. Yep, power is definitely a little low on this thing. That's alright, we'll do something about that. Let's get the shutdown field neutralizer on board. And here's the Xeno scanner. Couple of shield boosters. Alright, let's get the core going. So like I said, since all you need is straight up hull points, reactive or mirrored doesn't really do anything, so you can go with military grade composite. Same hull boost. Ahoy, Gret, how you doing? we definitely want the good life support in this thing. And the power distributor. Well, we just want to A-rate everything except pretty much the sensors. We can get away with D-rating sensors on just about everything. Gret, what's the plan for today? The plan for today is building another chieftain. At least getting the rough build on it. And we'll do some engineering on it later on, maybe. See what we can get out of the mobile workshop. But yeah, we're building a fully anti-Xeno chieftain, because that, you have two of them yourself? Yeah, a full-on anti-Xeno chieftain, because the Federal Corvette worked well, but I don't think I was hitting with all four of those Gauss cannons. Let's see here. Aaron 077777. Hello there, I'm new here. Welcome to the show. Pull up a seat. The crazy keeps us warm. If one chieftain is good, two is better. Damn right. Oh yeah, we're gonna have fun with this, I think. Tierlock, debating on swapping the frag cannons for multi-cannons for engineering on the chieftain. Frag cannons are very good against a small number of big targets. And multi-cannons are much more multi-purpose. They are good for a lot of little targets, some big targets, yeah. Shield generator, we probably... Versus Thargoids, we just want straight-up megajoules. 6A. Now, we're going to put a fuel scoop in here for now, but we're going to be putting armor in this thing, I think. Let's see here, military compartment. We want 2 4D hull reinforcement packages, because those things have been working well. And 1 module reinforcement, because that's also been working very well. Rails are best at big targets far away or small targets close up, yeah. Terralock, based on my usual tactic of flying while holding desperately on the trigger, multi-cannons may be a bit more fitting. I went with all multi-cannons for a long time, and I still do for combat zones. If I'm going on an assassination mission or just, you know, run into a small number of targets that are going to interdict me or whatever, oh, absolutely, I will go with frag cannons. Frag cannons are good for my daily driver. But if I need prolonged combat, I will definitely go with multi-cannons. Let's see. Module reinforcement check. Well, you know. It's right here. Let's go with more hull reinforcement. Marino Twine, is it true the Guardian Power Distributor makes your ship immune to the Thargoid power shutdown weapon? I have not heard that. If it is, I'd like to know. To be honest, I've done so little with the Guardian modules that I haven't really... The only Guardian modules I have are the Plasma Charger and the Gauss Cannon, and I don't use the Plasma Charger that much. And Hardcore's been having a great time with beam lasers on the Corvette. Yeah, I was noticing that the other day. Okay, so this thing is just basically hull points. What do we got here? Integrity is 2350, and we are going to engineer the hell out of all this eventually. These hull reinforcements, they're going to go heavy duty. Heavy duty and deep plating. The shield generator is going to go heavy duty. Yeah, we're gonna be turning this thing into just a great big Gauss cannon. Now we are a little a little maxed on the power. We may have to work on that. I think we'll go with the tactical ice paint job on this one. And given that this thing is so loaded up with equipment, weapon detailing, just a wee bit over the power limit there, just a little bit, a skosh, a smidge. Okay, so here we go. Bumper 3. Extra sensor arrays. Leandra, armored G5 plus monstered should sort the power issues, plus make your power plant tankier. I don't know that I need armored on this. I've got as... I'm going to try to go with something else before I go with armored. Wings. Let's see. Hey, more sensor arrays. Let's do that. This thing is going to be loaded up like, you know, just... I like these little antennae out front. I think they are like directional sensor arrays. And as much equipment as I've got, you know, the anti-xenotech, etc. Spoiler alert. Okay. Let's just reinforce the spoiler a bit. No, not this one. I do not like that giant fin on top. This one, doable. A little bit more armor, a little bit more tankiness. Spoiler, wings, bumper. Looks like we are all set there. And we'll figure out a name for it later. Let's see here. Arano, am I the only one that has Elite on the Xbox? I think a few other people... on the server have the Xbox version. Okay, 6A thrusters, dirty drive tune. Well, we got the material for it. Hardcore. I saw on a thread on Reddit folks were proposing if you had the Guardian power plant and Guardian distributor, it'd be really cool that it would protect from the shutdown field. And I agree. I do too. That's a good idea. I like that. Evergreen Rogue, I don't know about spaceships. I do know it's bad luck to sail a boat you build without naming it first. Oh yeah, we aren't sailing this thing out yet. We're already up to grade 4 on the dirty drive tune. That's not bad at all. And we're up to grade 5. All we need is some cracked industrial firmware and cadmium. Not bad at all. That'll work. Let's see what we can do with the FSD. Nothing. We have no atypical disrupted wake echoes. Alright. And I also see that I need to work on some modules here. I don't have enough stuff pinned up. Well, we can work on that. Ship name. You know, in the... Here we go.
That Badassosaurus is the greatest mechanical marvel I've ever seen! It is the Henry IV of robotic dinosaurs!
There we go. Badassosaurus Rex. Oh God, why? Why? Because. Do I need a reason? Really? So much better just seeing that on the side of the ship. Well, I do try to please. Neurality, what is that soundbite from? I'm not familiar. That is from Borderlands 2, Mr. Torg's Campaign of Carnage DLC, and that's... Mr. Torg is just a really, really fun guy. You see, when his parents were killed by some kind of explosive mishap and he was raised by his grandmother, he swore as a young boy to harness and master the power of explosions. And, yeah, he's made that his entire goal in life.
That sentence had too many syllables. Apologize!
He's a simple man, but at the same time, a very complicated man. Yeah, if the voice is familiar, he played Mr. Satan in the DBZ English dub, which is just about perfect. Where do you find Thargoids? Well, galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
Feel I? This whole line of yellow dots here, these are stations that have been attacked by Thargoids. And right now, the closest we have to the bubble, as far as I know, are Thargoids flying around here in the Irandan system. And you fly around the system and you will find non-human signal sources. Non-human signal source means Thargoids. In fact, we may go over to Irandan and check out some more combat there, see what happens. In the meantime, though, let's see, what do I need? I need a good power distributor. And I need hull armor. Yeah, and then you poke the hornet's nest with a Gauss cannon, which, you know, as far as poking hornet's nests goes, you could do far worse than a Gauss cannon. I mean, I certainly wouldn't want to poke one with a stick. Engineers. That was worth a shot. Status. Status.
Status.
Yeah, exactly. If you could poke a hornet's nest with a Gauss cannon in real life, I know that's how I'd do it. Let's see here. Shield boosters, shield generators. So we want to go see Dee Dee. We want to go see Celine. We want to go see the Dweller. Let's go see him first and pin his power distributor. Why can I not say distributor properly? Poking one with a stick is still better than poking with your finger. You know, Unjust for SETI, you have a very good point there. Lights on?
On.
Throw an actual hornet's nest at the Thargoids. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Neurality, did you have to modify the timing on your voice pack? Mine is always off, I don't want to break it. For certain things I did. For instance, request docking.
Don't expect me to handle the docking for you. I can't stand that inane Blue Danube music.
I was a little off there. Let me try that again. Request docking.
Requesting docking clearance.
That isn't what I wanted anyway. Anyway. Yeah, I did have to modify the timing, actually. I actually created a second docking macro, one that worked a lot faster than, manually going over and deet. I mean, the docking macro with HCS voice packs is a little slow. They seem to do everything based on reading the journal file, and my macros solved that by going in and just doing timing, rather than reading any journal files to see the state. Resume course. Why am I not course? That's better.
Be careful out there, Commander.
I've got some good jump drive modifications on this ship, too. I think I can pull off between 57 and 61 in an Asp Explorer, and that's not bad. But no, Neurality, there's some voice commands that I actually I don't use the HCS pack for. I created my own stuff to work with. For instance, my power settings. Engines. Set to 1.
Diverting power to engines.
Stuff like that goes much faster with my stuff, and I just occasionally piggyback the other voice packs onto it. But no, we'll talk to the Dweller, we will pin the power distributor, so then I don't have to fly over there too much with another ship. I mean, I'm still going to have to fly over there with ships to get the special effects, but at least I got the remote workshop set up. Then we'll go over and say hello to the Thargoids a little bit. But no. Why am I fighting Thargoids a little bit more? Well, seeing the information, two things. One, finding out that the Black Wing operating out of Aegis bases was actually an honest-to-goodness real-life bug rather than any kind of conspiracy in the game. I thought that Aegis and Black Wing were one and the same, and no, that just isn't the case. And two, reading up on the files in the Guardian history from Ram Tah just makes me go, well, crap. I don't think we're going to be able to talk to him. I mean, the Guardians actually cracked the Thargoid language, and the Thargoids seem to still be totally uninterested in contact. Aaron, are you sure you want to mess with the Thargoids? I hear they're pretty scary. Oh, I've messed with them a little bit before. We've got a mutual understanding.
Recon Kilo Yankee Lima. Automated flight control protocol initiated. Please submit a request prior to landing.
Yeah, we've got a mutual understanding going.
Authorized. You may proceed to landing pad.
Oh, no problem, Aaron. You down?
Wheels down, it's safe to land. Unless you're ground crew. And then it'll say, run!
God damn it, Eli. You are not helping me out when it comes to me looking good with chat. You know that, Eli?
Ship secured. Greetings, Commander.
Tirlock, I'm still of the opinion they may not even communicate in a way that can be cracked by non-insects, but I'm a theory hound, so... Yeah. And no, Aaron, it's no problem. And yeah, I've messed with Thargoids before, and there's a few people. There's a video up on the Discord server of somebody managing to take out a Thargoid interceptor, Cyclops class, using an Imperial Eagle. Like, damn. And for those who didn't hear it, yeah, Eli's going, wheels down, it's safe to land. Unless you're ground crew. Let's see here. I want the engineer's workshop. Power distributor. Oh, I've got a legacy mod on this. But no, I want not charge enhanced. I want... Yeah, I want charge enhanced. My bad. But with this one, I've got engine focused. Oh, it looks like I can mod this a little bit. And yeah, Gluttony Fang is a great combat pilot. Yeah, his combat skills are what I aspire to. I believe he can kill just about anything in any ship. Seeing his stuff is what made me go, you know, I wonder if I could make a Mauler hauler. Except a keelback. Nobody's that good. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to be announcing, going to try to make an announcement on that a little bit. Okay. I think that takes care of what I needed pinned here. So let's go see the Aranden system. 148 light years should be 3 jumps? 3 jumps. The king of keelbacks. Gear up.
Retracting module.
Set to 1.
Authorized.
Transferring power to engines.
Evergreen. A keelback can deploy a fighter. Yes, that is one of the saving graces of it now.
Automated flight control protocol now off.
Tirlock. No, there's another medium-sized ship that can deploy. You just need to get the federal rank for it. The federal gunship is matched. But yeah, you need all kinds of federal rank to get the federal gunship. So the keelback is definitely the cheapest. Definitely the cheapest and most accessible of the fighter carriers. Yeah, I can do one kind of cool thing. Otherwise, it doesn't have a whole lot working for it, if we're honest. know, instead of engine focus, maybe I do just want to go with charge enhanced on this thing, just to charge up my engine boost that much faster. As an alternative to thermal vent beams, I've seen a suggestion using healing beams on your fighters so they last a little bit longer. Not a bad idea, but the thing is, every time you're targeting the fighter, you aren't targeting a Thargoid. That's my one problem with that particular idea. This thing must be a T-Tori. System map. System map.
Look at the confusion on that horrible little face of yours. Priceless.
And yep, T-Tori. Alright. Yeah, the fighter's more of a Thargon decoy anyway, so... see what it can do against those. Yeah, there's a lot of unidentified signal sources here. I bet if I started scanning, we'd see a lot of non-human. $75%.
75%, Commander.
Alright, we're gonna swoop around to Randon 2 and use the gravity to slow us down. And then we've got a proper approach speed. Leandra, the keelback is actually very cunning. You have to use it right. You have to go out in the fighter and destroy your target while it's busy laughing at the mothership. You know, there is something to that. That's why I've been considering the railback idea. But we will see. We will see. Wait too long, though, and the mothership's a scrapyard. Yeah, it makes me wonder, could I make a stealth keelback? Is that even a thing? Here we are at Guerrero Camp, because if I remember right, Glazkov Terminal is still slightly, you know, slightly closed for business. Leandra, that's a downside because? Well, it's a downside because, remember, we're piloting the fighters via telepresence. I'm still on the mothership. That's a bit of a problem. Just a wee bit of a problem. The other problem is the fighters are only sublight. Lakon Kilo Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Lakon Kilo Yankee Lima. Docking reservations are in operation at this station. Access is by request only.
I really do like these stations. I love the circular docking ring around the city. You know, the habitat domes here, the great big megastructures coming out of the habitat domes. Well, I guess maybe not megastructures, but you certainly aren't enclosing a skyscraper inside the dome, you're just building the dome around it. Gear down.
Down. And locked.
1,000 meters from touchdown.
Wish there were more of them. Yeah, Gret, I do too. They're really fun to fly around. Also, I found out you can get a chieftain through the access tunnel. If you listen very carefully, you can hear the sound of Judge Dredd saying, "I am the law." I can't even... I don't know. I love the Carl Urban Dredd film, but I still... And I can't even, you know, I can't even begin to imitate Stallone. Law! Just sounds like I'm having some kind of horrible event in my back of my throat. But yeah. Actually, the street judges of Mega City 1 would be a little appalled at the crime and punishment system. I mean, if you have a moving violation in Mega City 1, you're probably going to pay a big fine and or do a little bit of hard time. Here, they'll just kill you. Alright, Cassia, on board. Lights on?
Lights on.
Gear up.
Gear coming up.
You may exit the exclusion zone.
Alright. Let's go see what kind of trouble we can get up with this thing. Build neutralizer, xenoscan. That's what. Alright. So no, Irandan is what? Just outside of 100 light years from the Sol system? And it's only 70 light years from Narvik. So we may have Thargoids on the front door. Not a situation I really want to be in. Non-human signal source. Threat level 5.
Awaiting orders.
We got a ship.
Okay, powering up the SLF. Stand by, Commander. Ready and waiting, Commander.
Weapons.
skeptic. Not sure what to believe after this, Commander. Enemy has opened up. My ship is hit. Need assistance immediately.
That didn't take long, did it?
Warning.
Engines.
Hull at 50%. I need help out here.
Exter 07, welcome to the show.
My shields are out. I need to make evasive maneuvers, Commander. We lost the fighter. It took too much damage, sir. Copy, Commander. Initiating telepresence now.
Attack my target.
Locking
Fighter
target.
deployed. Awaiting your orders.
Attack my target.
Acknowledged.
That's not...
I hear you loud and clear.
Thank you.
Moving to attack position.
You're welcome, Commander.
Not you,
Help me,
Eli.
Commander. Taking fire. Repeat. Taking fire.
Weapons.
I'm taking a lot of fire, Commander. Hull's down to 50%. Full breach on the fighter. It's gone, sir.
Why are my beam lasers not targeting that guy? Set 2-1.
Power to engines.
Okay, beam lasers have to be set to target only. Set 3-1.
Power diverted to weapons.
What's the best loadout on the Corvette? For anti-Thargoid work, I'm going with a quartet of Guardian Plasma, or Guardian Gauss cannons. Set 2-1.
Max engines.
Copy, Commander. Initiating telepresence now.
Incoming caustic missile, time for me to outrun this thing.
Fighter is ready. Just tell me what to do.
That sounded like you were going to die in super slow-mo.
Need assistance immediately.
Fexer, thanks for the tips you gave me last time. Paying more attention to the position of the throttle actually made the advanced combat tutorial almost easy. Excellent, glad to hear it.
Hull at 50%. I need help out here. Fighter is down. Stay focused.
Could you stop
Don't do this.
blowing up my fighters,
Roger
please?
that. Fighter is going live. Fighter is ready. Just tell me what to do.
Alright, we're gonna overheat here a little bit.
Warning.
I'm taking damage, Commander. Request assistance.
Weapons.
My shields are out. I need to make evasive maneuvers, Commander. I'm taking a lot of fire, Commander. Hull down to 50%.
Set 2-1.
Diverting power to requested system.
Hull critical.
Cisco boy, out for a bit. How much did I miss? Oh, not a whole
Almost out of
lot.
the fight, Commander.
Systems.
We lost the fighter. It took too much damage, sir.
The Eric G07. 07 Commander, welcome to the show. Weapons.
Copy, Commander. Initiating telepresence now. Fighter deployed. Awaiting your orders. Enemy is bearing down on me, Commander. I'm
Thargoid murder? Now. I tried talking to them, and they weren't in the talking mood. So, I'm gonna try some, kinetic Morse code. Set 2-1.
All power to engines.
Deploy heatsink.
Deployed.
Warning.
Set 1-3.
Reinforcing shields.
Master 10, try some pointy words. I am using pointy words. Can't get much pointier than this.
The coast is clear, Commander. Target's down. Things aren't going to plan, Commander. And integrity.
Hell with it.
Warning.
Deploy heatsink.
Heatsink deploying now.
Warning.
Set 2-1.
Power diverted to engines.
Oh, he's still shooting. He's at 0%. Damn it. Alright, well, one last salvo.
Hull critical. Repeat, hull critical.
Recall the
I'm
fighter.
almost out of the fight, Commander. I read you. Bringing the fighter in immediately.
Receiving telemetry. Stand by. Opening hatch.
You know, that's not bad. 89% hull. Balance.
Redistributing.
Yeah, he was at 0.0001%. And yes, that's Eli I'm running with now. Master 10, only 2K? No, 2 million. Cisco Boy, perfect timing. I was about to ask about the Thargoid. Any way to get access to anti-Thargoid weapons without Horizons? I'm afraid not. It's only Horizons modules. Yeah, as far as I know. Because, yeah, you have to either land at Guardian sites to get the equipment, or get the AX multis, I think, on ground installations. I could be wrong on that. Maybe they've changed it up, but last I heard. So no, my hull didn't burn down. Let's see, let's get back here to Guerrero. Actually, let's check the module damage. %, 97. We could take on another one, I think. I think we're in good enough shape we could do that. I mean, the shield's at 35%. That's alright, we just run a reboot quick. And make sure we don't hit the self-destruct. That's important. But no, we could probably take out a second one with very little trouble. Now, mind you, I say that and I'm gonna end up getting my, getting my ass kicked, but...
All systems ready to go.
Thank you, Eli. You could probably shred a basilisk, too. Swarms are a pain in those, though. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Thargon swarms. I don't have enough firepower to deal with those swarms. Excuse me. Pardon me. Bit of a hiccup. Honestly, I'm wondering, what good are the AX fighters? Because they certainly don't seem to do much damage to its hull. We're at level 5. Here we go again. Well, no. Here we do not go again. My shields aren't in any shape for this. We're just going to park out here for a moment and wait for the shields to come back. distraction, that's about it. Shoot, you could pull that off in just about any other ship, or in any other fighter. I suppose if you had an actual human in the fighter and they could target the subsystems a little bit better, we'd have more fun, but... yeah, the AI pilot just ain't cutting it. %58% on the shields. Yeah, I'm not going to go into a non-human signal source yet. Honestly, we may as well just land, turn in, repair, rearm. Because the time it's going to take for the shields to get back up to full power, even in Super Cruise, I could just land and get the shield boost bonus from the base. Let's see here. While I'm here, I was wondering if you have a schedule for your streaming or if you stream on a specific day of the week. Cisco Boy, I'm here on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at noon Pacific. There should be a countdown timer on my Twitch page. And if you go there, even when I'm off the air, it will give a countdown to when my next show is. Aaron, is the stream buffering for anyone else, or is it just me? I hope I'm not running into any drop frames. So far it says I've dropped 34 frames total, which is, I'll count that as a win. Engines. Yeah, we'll get rearmed, repaired, and we'll head back out and get some more. Core Dynamics, Kilo Yankee Lima Heavy, request docking clearance. Eric G, I can't get over how awesome Corvettes look. They look like little Star Destroyers, don't they? Look like little miniature Star Destroyers. "20-second latency, 90 dropped frames for me." Well, there's also the latency from the encoder. Because it's gotta, you know, I've got to take the video, encode it, upload it to Twitch, and then Twitch has to reintegrate it and turn it into a data stream for everybody else to watch. Gear down.
The landing gear is down and locked.
Minor bit of a bump.
Touchdown sequence complete. Dispatching ground crew. Welcome, Commander.
So yeah, the theory I got going. Turlock, Eli sounds so disdainful. Yeah, he does. So the theory I got going is that I could take 3/4 of this armament and throw it into a chieftain. And then I would have something a lot more maneuverable that I could perform a lot more hit and run on, instead of kind of getting a shot in and then praying I can get spun around. Something a little bit more responsive. That, yeah. That's the theory, anyway. So over the next few days, we're going to try to turn that chieftain into something that can work as well as this, versus a Cyclops at least.
Detach complete. Clear to ascend.
Gear up.
Landing gear retracted.
Chieftains are really fun to fight a Cyclops. That's kind of what I was thinking. I had the impression that was going to be the case. I mean, this thing is just a sledgehammer. But with a Chieftain having 3/4 of the firepower, I mean, I'm running 3 of these Gauss cannons on the Chief. A lot of ships do it better, fewer is fun. Yeah, I mean, you saw when I was fighting that Cyclops, I had it down to, you know, sometimes I was able to get it down to 8% on the heart in one salvo. So either way, I need 2 salvos to take the thing out. So I'm betting 3 Gauss cannons will do the job just as well as 4. Non-human signal source. Red 5. Balance.
Resetting. Awaiting orders.
Wilco, Commander. Let's
There you
deploy
are.
this fighter. Ready and waiting, Commander.
Weapons. Set to 1.
Power engines.
Enemy is bearing down on me, Commander. I'm hit.
Well, it didn't take her long to get.
Burn through my shields.
You,
Request
use up
assistance
the
while I
fighter?
come back online.
Poor thing comes to say hello and you shoot it in the back. Well, that's just life, ain't it? Weapons.
Shield's gone, but I'm hanging in there, Commander.
No, you aren't.
Fighter is down. Stay focused. We can still do this. Fighter deployed. Awaiting your orders. I'm taking damage, Commander. Request assistance. My hull won't last much longer.
Well, that didn't take long, did it?
Fighter is down. Stay focused. We can still do this.
Oh, come on. Better. Boy, heat sink.
Heat sink.
Warning.
Helps if you actually hit the target. Set to 1.
Power diverted to engines.
Whoa, I don't want to be there. I can be elsewhere. Incoming caustic missile, right. Now we outrun that. Set to 1. Set to 1.
Transferring power to engines.
On. Deploy heatsink.
Deployed.
Fexter, since I have a couple of AD vets here in the channel, any pointers on how to start? Tried combat missions, last for like 2 seconds. Courier missions have a tendency to send me further than my ship can jump. Yeah, follow what Terlock was saying, just bounty hunting in the res sites. I've got a video up of kind of how to start off with bounty hunting, start off with early combat missions.
Roger that.
I mean, it's not
Fighter's going
100% for, you know, maybe 100% for your needs, but it is pretty good.
Fighter is ready to tell me what to do.
Weapons.
Enemy has opened up. My ship is hit. Need assistance immediately.
Set 2-1.
Power to engines.
All targets destroyed. We're in the clear, Commander.
Alright, now here comes the field pulse, probably. There we go. That is one angry starfish. Yeah, that is the most pissed off ceiling fan I have ever seen. Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. Same thing, just YouTube, Mr. Moon.
My
Weapons.
hull won't last much longer. Assistance needed, Commander. Full breach on the fighter.
Warning.
It's gone, sir. Copy, Commander.
Weapons.
Initiating telepresence now. Ready and waiting, Commander.
Yeah, the most pissed off IKEA ceiling fan you've ever seen. Somebody flipped the switch over to evil. There we go,
Enemy
last
is
hard.
bearing down on me, Commander. I'm hit.
Set 2-1.
Powering engines.
Cisco Boy, I've heard a lot about Track IR, and it seems really useful with this game. I'm not quite sure how it works. Give me a second on that. Let me take out this Thargoid, and then I can go into a little bit of discussion on it. Just gotta outrun this missile. Caustic missiles. Very big, very slow. They're basically Thargoid torpedoes. Alright. Missile evaded. Weapons.
My hull won't last much longer. Assistance needed, Commander. Fighter is down. Stay focused. We can still do this.
Deploy heat sink. Lord.
Warning.
Set 2-1.
Max engines.
Well, that's better. Shields are still at what? %, not bad. Alright, so Cisco Boy, Track IR. It works in two parts. And one of those parts is variable. There is a infrared sender and receiving unit that you stick up on top of your monitor. So it's facing you. Now, there's two things you can get for it otherwise. There is the regular Track IR clip, which you have to put on like the visor of a cap or something. And it's got some infrared reflectors on it that it reads. Reads the position on those, so when you move your head around, you know, it reads that and translates it into motion. Now, there's another version, which I have. It's called the Track Clip Pro. It's a little bit more expensive because it is a set of IR lights that I mount on the side of my headset. I don't have to wear a cap then. I just clip it to the side of my headphones. And so, you know, pretty much same thing, just, you know, different way of doing it, whether you want to wear a cap or not. But the way it works is, well, I just explained how it works, but you have to set in Since you're looking at a screen, you're looking at a flat screen, it's not like VR where you turn your head and everything is still right in front of you. If I turn my head here, I'm actually looking out of the corner of my eye a little bit to see the status, modules, etc. The way to compensate for that is you can set up a amplifier, say a 4x amplifier. So if I move my head 10 degrees, in-game that translates into 40 degrees. Now, the upside of that is you can stay looking at the screen and have some pretty fast movements with very small head motion. The downside is you can have some pretty fast movements with very little head motion. Now there's different curves and ways of smoothing that out and kind of accelerators, so if you turn your head a little bit more, it speeds up the further you get off center. But generally I've found it very, very good, and it's a good compromise if you're... For me, it's been a good compromise for streaming, because I can turn it off. See, right now I'm moving my head all over the place, and I've got the track IR paused. And then I can just turn it back on, look over here at a screen. If you stream in VR, the difference is so disconnected from... what you see versus what the audience sees are two very, very different things. With track IR, what I see is pretty much what the audience sees. Yeah, I have OpenTrack kind of... Merino Twine. I have OpenTrack kind of working with PS3 iCamera, but it needs some refinement. Yeah. Yeah, Niao and I picked up Track IR because it was what was available at the time, and it was an all-in-one package. So we didn't need to... I mean, if we'd gone out with, OpenTrack or something, I'm sure we could have gotten it working. But it was just the convenience of having the, prepared package all set. %, shield. Not bad. But not 100%, so... back to base we go. Find me a parking spot. Master 10, figured you'd be fighting in the Thedidic War today. I'm just about to head back there, actually. Just turn in these bounties. And then, yeah, we're gonna head back home and get to Thedidic and run up the score a little bit more. I mean, I was looking at the system stats, and we're doing pretty good.
Scan detected.
Gear down.
Deploying landing gear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My God, you can just hear the sarcasm dripping off that voice.
300 meters from touchdown.
Scan detected.
Eli is good.
Docking. Power down your engines. Welcome, Commander.
Power repaired.
Alright, let's get our contacts. Let's turn in our combat bonds here. Help someone get his asp up to around 55 light years? That's good. Tyrlock, y'all gotta run off to work, have fun storming combat zone? Always do. Yeah, I'm running, what, 53 to 58? And this isn't even my final form. Lights on?
Lights on.
Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
Devless Gaming 07, and hi to all of you other commanders too. Hey, how you doing? Gear up.
Landing gear
Ship
retracted.
detach complete. You may exit the exclusion zone.
So yeah, we are what? 2 jumps out, 2 jumps
You are
out.
clear of the port. Stay safe, Commander.
So yeah, took out some Thargoids, and now we gotta head back towards the Narvert system, back towards home territory. Because the Didac Co. decided to start a war with us. They saw us as dropping a little bit in our influence, considered us weak, and decided to launch an attack on us. Well, gonna have to, we're gonna have to, dissuade them of this train of thought. Correct them in the errors of their ways. Hello, Yuki. Yuki, one of my little spaceship cats, is currently looking at me like, why are you not giving me food, human? If she gets too hungry, she'll start rubbing up against the controls and try to crash me. Imagine getting interdicted by Thargoids? Oh, I've been interdicted. It's called hyperdiction. Scary stuff. They will basically yank you out of hyperspace when you're jumping in between systems, rather than trying to pull you down when you're just in supercruise here. 3/4 impulse.
3/4 impulse.
Then they will shut down your ship and run a scan. Cisco Boy, I know that to get to Earth in-game you need a permit. How does that work? Give me 1 moment to get landed. Devless Gaming still want a Mr. Moo voice back. That'd be nice. Neurality, would you recommend frag or multi-cannons for soloing in a combat zone? Multi-cannons. Frag cannons are good, but they don't have the staying power. Fexter, do you have the HCS Space Cat pack? No. No, I don't. I've thought about it, but there's some history there. Just some sad history there. Leandra, hyperdiction. I thought that was trying to recite a speech after 5 shots of espresso. No, that's just very, very precise. You may be thinking hyperdictation. Yeah, let me get landed and I can show you how to, what it takes for permits. Long story short, and without my, well, we're almost here. Lakon Kilo Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Welcome to this independent station, Commander. Please fly safely to
See, that's my fast macro.
landing permitted. Set down on landing pad 4-1.
Copy 4-1. Gear down.
Lowering gear.
And because the retro thrusters on an Asp Explorer are bottle rockets, Devil's Gaming, by the way, Moo, your So You Want To videos help me a lot on YouTube. Oh, thank you very much. Let's see here, Alex Kermich, or Chermich. I'll get the pronunciation right on that one day. Thank you so much for the subscription. That's greatly appreciated. So yeah, let's see here. Who was asking up here? Oh, shoot. Cisco Boy. Yeah, the Soul Permit. So, if you go into a system that has factions... Gret, thank you so much for giving him the proper sub hype. If you go into the mission board, or the passenger board, you will see certain factions with a insignia next to them. For instance, HIP 5881 LTD. They've got this little insignia. Superpower Affiliation Federation. That means they are basically a subgroup of the Federation. You do missions with them and get reputation, which is this stuff here, rep. You know, here's 5 pluses, here's 3 pluses. Get enough reputation, and eventually you will get a mission that says, like, Federal Navy Opportunity, and it will say, actually, it'll say on the mission reward, it may say something like Federal Promotion. Something like that. And you will get, you'll start rising up through the ranks, and as you rise up through the ranks of the Federal Navy, you get more and more permits for things. I think the Sol system, you need to be like midshipman? I think? I'm not 100% sure there. Don't have it sitting up in front of me, but yeah, you can get Alliance affiliation, Federation affiliation, Imperial or Empire affiliation. Eric G, it is rank 4. Thank you very much. Now, we are the Errantry Alliance, so when I say the Alliance, usually I mean these guys. But there is the other... show the right rep menu. Ah, thank you. Good idea. Thank you very much, Bad Bjarn. So here we go. As you build up reputation, you get this rank progression, where it says Federation Allied Reputation 97%, rank Vice Admiral 26%. If you run more reputation missions, that rank counter will go up. When it gets to 100%, then you get the... then it'll start like the RNG to see if you get a promotion mission. When that hits 100%, you're ready for the next rank, and then it's a question of where do I, then it's just a question of waiting and getting the right mission eventually if luck's on your side. Everybody always has a faction. See, I just went with, Federation Admiral, Imperial Duke. That way nobody can kick me out. I call it job security. The Alliance. If anybody's seen Babylon 5, the Alliance reminds me a whole lot of the League of Non-Aligned Worlds. Just a bunch of people that hate each other a whole lot, but hate the other superpowers a whole lot more. So yeah, that's the short version of how to get Federal, Imperial rankings. Also, with Federal and Imperial rank, you get access to ships. You unlock a certain rank, and they say, you're a certain rank. You can now buy this ship. The Alliance doesn't have that. The Alliance just has permits. And you have to go to individual systems or neighbors of individual systems that need permits and get the proper permits from the proper faction that controls the system. Yeah. Anyway, the Alliance is just kind of like, it's like a bag of cats. Gunshow Grizz, do you know of a good guide that walks through unlocking and leveling the engineers in a way that makes sense? A little lost when it comes to that. Sorry, I was laughing at Devil's Gaming below that. Alliance doesn't have that yet. Maybe. Yeah. So Gunshow Grizz, guide to walking through unlocking and leveling. I don't have a guide per se. I do have a link. So if you go to inara.cz, let me load that up real quick here. Engineers. Here we go. This link right here. This shows the engineers, and if you click on each one, like the top tier, the top row of engineers, those are the ones that get unlocked, pretty much your first unlocks. But if you click on each one, you will get their meeting requirements and their unlock requirements. Reputation gain is no longer valid. But the meeting requirements and the unlock requirements are. So if you click on Elvira Martuk, you will see, how to discover. She's public knowledge. Meeting requirement. Attain a maximum distance from your career start location of at least 300 light years. So, yeah, start out where you're at. Fly 300 light years in some direction after you got a ship capable of doing that. And she will say, "Hi, I'm Elvira Martuk. You want to come see me? Give me 3 units of Soontil relics." Rep does count. You still need access to rank 5 to make remote engineering. You can do that beforehand, but reputation... You only gain reputation by crafting the modules. You don't get reputation for, say, Elvira by selling exploration data anymore. So it is purely crafting modules. That's what I mean by the reputation gain doesn't really count anymore. So you go to, I forget which system it is that sells Soontil relics, you pick up 3 tons of it, and then you go to her base at Longsight Base, and you drop off those relics to her, or give them to her, and there should be a little donation thing on the engineering workshop. And they'll say, "Okay, here you go, you now have access to her, and you can now unlock her engineering." Cisco Boy, I'm waiting for a flight stick I ordered online to start playing Elite. That's why my colors shine as a total noob. Oh, no problem. We all started off as noobs. Anybody that didn't is lying. What stick are you looking into? So anyway, moving on, if you go to Zachariah Nemo, who is directly below Elvira Martuk, and you see there's a little arrow pointing to it, how to discover. When you reach grade 3 or 4 with Elvira, and get an invitation from the party of Yoru, so if you go to the Yoru system and do a bunch of work for them, for the party of Yoru, then you get, then you start, Zachariah Nemo will contact you and say, "Hi, if you can give me 25 units of Shihi biomorphic companions," and so on and so forth. Gunshow Grizz, so the rep gain for engineers unlocks up to the G5 modules. Yes, depending. Not all engineers unlock at different levels. Bad Bjarn, remote engineering means no reputation gain. That's true. That's true, but you can still, say you get up to like grade 3 with Felicity. You can still pin a blueprint and engineer something up to grade 3. You just can't engineer it up to grade 5 yet. But say Felicity Farseer. Here's a you can unlock her and get up to grade 5 on her frameshift drive boosts, but she only goes up to grade 3 maximum on thrusters. So not every engineer has a specialty and kind of a subspecialty they're kind of good with. But if you really want the specialists in each field, then you're going to have to go around and meet all the engineers and unlock and so on and so forth. Alright, so we need a ship that's good in a combat zone. That would be the Night Saber. Gunshow Grizz, do I need to craft multiple grade 1 modules to get to grade 2, or does it only take making it once? You will need to craft multiple grade 1 modules the first time you work with an engineer. Like maybe 3 times if you're... 2 times, maybe 3 if you're unlucky, maybe 4 if you're really unlucky. And then to get from grade 2 to grade 3, it's 3 times, maybe 4 times, maybe 5 times. And so on. So grade... Rule of thumb is you're probably going to need 5 rolls to move up to the next grade. Now, if you've already got grade 5 unlocked with that engineer, you basically only need 1 roll to get from grade 1 to grade 2, and maybe 2 to get from grade 2 to grade 3. Also, let's turn here. Really appreciate the answers. Oh, no problem. No problem at all. Lights on?
Lights on.
You?
You're welcome, Commander.
Alright, the Didact system. I gotta go in there anyway. Gear up.
Retracting landing.
Covenant disengaged. Restrict speed until clear of the station perimeter.
Devilous Gaming, I must be crazy. I just got an idea. Hey, I need a new ship. Why don't I do a mining ship? Let's see here. Now I have a Type 10 Defender as a mining ship. Oh! Well, it's a very defensive mining ship. Aaron, can you get in a fight with a capital ship, or am I asking too much? I haven't seen any capital ships in the area. I do have some previous videos of getting into a fight with a capital ship. One of my, I've got a video, so you want to drive off a massive warship. I don't know if it counts, you know, if it's the same. If you want me to see, if you want to see me doing it live, I don't know if there's any cap ships in the area I could really do that with. You see, we were at war with 5881 LTD, and they are a Federal-aligned faction. We were at war with them last week. Well, that means since they have Federation alignment, they could bring in a capital ship. Didn't help them much, but they could. Alright, and I need to turn in this at Hoyle Estate. May as well do that first. But yeah, Devilous, there's far worse choices to make for a mining ship. Wait, you thought you bought a Type 7? Well, that's a little... Okay, that's... How do you pull that off? One's a pancake and one's a brick. One's a pancake with a spoiler. So you have a very fast pancake, I guess. Cisco Boy. Have a Gasky joystick picked up for dirt cheap on AliExpress. Chinese knockoff of Amazon, right? Chose that specific one for the extra thumbstick. Gotcha. I'm tired and it's late here in Sweden. Okay, fine. You've got an excuse there. Okay, so now you've got a Type 10, so you're great at handling, you know, you can handle Thargoids too. Eric G, OMG, my HOTUS is here. Woohoo! But yeah, unfortunately there's no warships in the area for me to really get into a fight with. Yeah, you should have been here last week. Took out 3 or 4 of those things with this ship. The Night Saber is still running a pretty solid build, and I don't think I've got this thing up to Engineering 2.0 yet. I think I'm running a lot of Engineering 1.0 designs on this thing. Let's see. Ah, there's my landing pad. Gear down.
Deploying gear.
Right, and watch out for those solar panels. They mean business. Alright, so turn this in, because this was a wing assassination mission. Made me a pretty good chunk of change. You know, assuming the mission board actually kicks in. There we go. Devilous Gaming, by the way, what are you doing? I'm laughing so much I don't really follow what you're doing. Going into the Thedidic system and helping out the faction in a combat zone. So here's a nice thing. You get allied with a faction. You do good enough missions. Here's some grade 5 exquisite focus crystals. And you know what? I don't mind if I do. Let's see here. Massacre faction pirates. Another terrorist mission. Oh boy. 3.5 million. Or 23 tons of bio-waste. Oh boy. Aaron, first stream for me. I only started watching the YouTube videos a couple weeks ago. No, I get it. I'm just giving a little bit of a... being a little bit of a smartass. Thedidic, right. I'm in Thedidic. I'm not going to get much more scans off it. And one high-intensity conflict zone coming right up. Gear up.
Landing gear up.
Fexter, if I remember right, you tried to take out one of those solar panels on launch last time. Yes, you... Wait, no, you do not remember right. No, totally made up. Don't know what you're talking. Cisco Boy, watch pretty much all your So You Want To videos. Any other tips you can recommend for a noob? Well, it depends. What do you want to do? I mean, if you're still starting off pretty early, then I guess some pretty general recommendations. Get your hands on a Cobra 3. That ship is, you know, credit for credit, the most capable ship in the game. That thing should really be a multi-million credit ship for as good as it is. It's fast, it's got good legs, hyperspace, it can carry a good bunch of cargo, carry a decent amount of passengers. So if you don't have a Cobra 3, prioritize getting a Cobra Mark 3. If you want to do exploration, make sure you have, what is it, 1.75 million? Because that's going to get you the, overshot here. I was aiming at the rings instead of the combat zone. If you want to do exploration, you're going to need at least 1.75 million for the sensor suite. That's the 1.5 million for the advanced discovery scanner. And another 250,000 for the detailed surface scanner. And on top of that, you're going to need a fuel scoop. Where you go, there are no gas stations. By the way, isn't it you that have... yes, it is. That's me. I can do that. I think I did a video on voice attack, but... let's get into the fight here first. Target power plant. No, it's not hard to do. I can do a tutorial video on that too. I love that because it's so much more easier than trying to get Kate to understand. Yeah, that's why I did it. I mean, I forget who I saw do it first, but... Let me get this guy wrapped up. Aha, here we go. Target power plant.
Locking on the target.
Alright, he's going to run his shield cell bank, and it's probably going to be enough to override me here. Set 3-1.
Configured for attack.
Impulse attack. Trajectory disruption. Under attack.
And he's got all his shields back. Stupid AI not having any detrimental effects of heat. God, that's annoying. And he's firing off another one. I can't take him out. And I've got quad thermal overcharged multis.
Thermal attack. Gaining heat.
Rumbles. Balance.
Resetting.
Under attack.
Oh, he's still shooting at me now. Lovely. Weapons. Target power plant.
Lock target.
There. Set 3-1.
Powering and deploying weapons.
I'm gonna lose my shields here, most likely. But this guy isn't gonna live to enjoy it.
Under attack.
Set 1-2.
All shields.
Yeah, that Anaconda did not want to die. But basically, Devless Gaming, there's two ways of doing that. You can set up a macro as a separate command, or you can go into voice attack and individually edit the command. So, like, if you go into voice attack, and I think the command is like, is it balance?
Redistributing.
No, that's not what I meant, Eli, but thank you. Let me see. Here we go. It's something like, one of the commands is balance power between engines and shields.
Loading requested configuration.
That is not what I meant, but thank you very much, Yield. And I did something a little different, where I set up I had to set up like 9 or so separate commands. But it looks a little something like this. So that's the voice command right there. And that will tell it to look for me saying balance or split, and then it'll look for 2 different pronunciations on 2. Then I used the log file recorder. Let's see here. I used the key press recorder, and I just put this down. Oh, it's not letting me do it here, but basically press down key, pause 0.0025 seconds, release, down right. So it's press down, right, and then, yeah. It was basically, I walked my way through all of the power configurations, manually recorded them, and then changed the timings on them. So it could take, you know, if you really wanted to think it out and make sure you had it right. Damn, I'm already 56 clicks out. And yeah, I'll do a YouTube video on it. Probably look for that next week then for setting up faster voice commands and power profiles. Yeah, so you want to learn about voice attack commands, the new hit YouTube video. To be fair, I did do a voice attack video showing a little bit of the programming commands. It's just been a little bit, and it may be a little bit out of date. We have shields back. 65%, good enough. Set 2-1. Set 2-1.
Diverting power to requested system.
Cisco boys, a kill warrant scanner worth it at the start when you get bounty hunting with Sidewinder, or should I go straight for the Cobra Mark III? They changed the way kill warrant scanners work, so bounty hunting in the local systems isn't a major deal. I mean, doesn't really require it too much. Sorry about that, got a little off track. But no, I wouldn't worry about kill warrant scanners anymore. Just go... You know, you could bounty hunt a little bit in the Sidewinder, make some good money. Bounty hunt a little bit more in a Cobra 3, make some good money. And we're back in the combat. Oh, and we got a friend. Python. Target power plant.
Lock target.
Balance.
Redistributing.
And here's your daily dose of vitamin tungsten. Somebody just smacked me with railguns pretty hard. Set 1-3.
Transferring power to shields.
Alright, who's the dead man just smacked me with a railgun? How? It's that Viper 4. And a few other buddies. This is the downside of combat zones if you're solo. They will prioritize you. And there's a lot of ships with railguns out here. So be very sure of your shields, or come into a high-intensity combat zone with a buddy. Okay, you're friendly. Also, the more pips you have to shields, the physically harder they become. They resist damage a little bit better as far as I know. Where is you? That Cobra 3 with the railguns. Devil's Gaming, if you're looking for my HUD colors, that is exclamation point HUD, H-U-D.
Target destroyed.
Balance.
Redistributing.
Target shields online.
Let's see, what's better income-wise? Bounty hunting or mining, not including expenses for mining, laser, and refinery? Depends on where you mine, but usually bounty hunting is the faster way of making money, to be honest. You don't need as much investment. And I know you said not counting expenses for mining lasers. 1 second. But also with mining, you need a bigger ship to really make it profitable. So, I mean, anybody can go in and start bounty hunting and have, you know, police support and say a low intensity to high intensity resource extraction site. It's only the HASRES, the hazardous intensity, that you don't get police backup. Target power plant.
Lock target.
Let's see here. Aaron, can you give me some tips on how to fit the Corvette for combat? I've already had to pay for it 5 times. I really don't want to pay for it again. Oh, boy. The problem with the Corvette is it's got good shields, but the hull is very weak. So you're probably going to want to put a lot of hull reinforcement boosters and module reinforcement in. And given how many modules that ship has, shouldn't be a major issue. If you aren't sure on your aiming skills, go for gimbals. So your Class 4 multi-cannons will rip up a whole lot of targets. But Class 4 anything will rip up a whole lot of targets. Eric G, curious, is that FDL corrosive and incendiary? Yes, it is. The 4 medium multi-cannons are incendiary, and the Class 4 underneath, that is corrosive. But it also depends on where you're taking that Corvette into a fight at. Are you going into combat zones? Are you going into resource extraction sites? You know, what's your combat purpose on this, on the Corvette? Goodbye. Resource extraction sites. All right. Absolutely terrified of conflict zones? Fair enough. Given that that Eagle just ate dual railgun rounds right in front of my face, I can respect that.
Target destroyed.
Target power plant.
Scanning now.
So you're going to want a lot of hull reinforcement packages. And I like to go with a lot of shield boosters. Not shield cell banks, shield boosters. Now, how much, if you have any access to engineers, one of the things I like to do is set up my shield boosters. Well, one, I like to set up my shields as thermal resistant. That gives them even... Shields are weak against energy weapons, lasers, etc. So if you go with thermal resistant, that makes them a little bit tougher against lasers. And since lasers are hit scan weapons in that you don't have to lead a laser, you just pull the trigger and it's immediately on target. They are the hardest weapons to avoid. So thermal resistant shields is not a bad idea. And then with my shield boosters, I like to go with general resistance augmented. Let's head back to Glidden. Let's head back to the Narvik system. I like to go with a good balance of resistance augmented, which just makes them generally harder. Actually, let me show what I got here. I run a bi-weave shield. I run bi-weaves on most of my combat ships, to be honest. It's the faster recharge on them. To me, that outweighs the loss of shield strength. But with this one, I've got thermal resistant shields. And this is actually engineering 1.0. Okay, you have access to Todd and Elvira. Okay, so you don't have anything for shield boosters just yet. Alright, we won't worry about that. Just stack up a whole bunch of shield boosters. Hull reinforcement packages. Let's see. What else? Todd's good with multi-cannons. You could go with a lot of, well, I've got a Anaconda here. And I run nothing but multi-cannons on it. Incendiary multi-cannons, for the most part, which will chew up shields. And a corrosive multi-cannon. It's kind of like a scaled-up version of this build. Kind of. It is a scaled-up version of this build. And that way you don't overextend either, because you start running out of ammo and then you're forced to leave the combat zone, so you don't end up pushing your luck too terribly much. You're forced to go back to the station, you're forced to reload, and then you turn in your money right there. Cisco Boy, if you carry fuel limpets and run out of fuel, can you use them on yourself? No, they use the fuel in your own tank. Aaron, beam weapons on the 2 huge hardpoints, everything else is multi-cannons. That's pretty good. That will lay some hurt down on something. You may want to turn one of the multi-cannons, like the Class 3, make it corrosive. On the Xbox version, you don't get an engineer that mods shields. What? No. No, that can't be. You want D.D. Vaterman. D.D. Vaterman does shields and shield boosters. Evergreen Rogue, which engineer is it that mods utilities? There's a few. And yeah, you don't have the full list yet. There should be a list of... Well, I just had that list of engineers. Todd to Celine to Didi. Alright. Yeah, some engineers won't actually show up, like even on your engineering map, until you even learn they exist. Ah, no, Aaron, you do get that engineer. You just haven't been introduced to her yet.
We prepared a landing pad for your arrival, Commander. Welcome to our station.
No problem, Cisco.
Access granted. Adjust heading for approach to pad 07.
Copy 07. Overshot the dock a little bit. Aaron, aren't I an idiot? Nah. Not at all. There's a lot of stuff that's a little counterintuitive, like... well, gear down.
Lowering gear.
For instance, I didn't know, until I'd been actually playing 3.0 for a while, that, you don't know about these... if you go into your star map, you go into services, the material traders, you don't know where they are until you actually go and visit the station they're at. So, like, I don't see any encoded material traders here. But I know there's a few around. In fact, I know there's a few around because I visited them here on my map before. Like, here's manufactured materials. And here's one down here at Koh Hing, and here's one here at Luwanja. Raw material. That's... here's one here at Antol. At Densu. Yeah, I got Horizons on Easter, so I haven't had it that long. Yeah, no problem. Because, Aaron, if you look... well, here, if you look over at my engineering, a little bit further behind Koh Hing, yeah. Yeah, my map just wasn't cooperating all that much. So yeah, Aaron, here's my engineering list. And this is because I've got just about everybody unlocked. Didi Vaterman and just... I still haven't unlocked the Sarge or Ram Ta. I've learned about them, but I haven't provided 50 units of aberrant shield pattern analysis to the Sarge yet. And I haven't provided 50 units of classified scan databanks to Ram Ta. Didi the Game Breaker. Well, he needs 50 tons of Lavian brandy. I mean, good grief, if I needed a drunken engineer. I guess I know where to go. Every person that unlocks Didi has to give Didi 50 tons of Lavian brandy. You have any idea how many people have unlocked Didi? Didi just has a swimming pool of booze. So that's 538 grand there, of which I actually got 495 grand because my my AI pilot also takes a cut. I'm not saying I'm drunk or anything, but can you bring me 50 tons of liquor in the name of democracy? There is no wrong way to use a margarita pool. Aaron, this game is confusing and hurts my brain. Welcome to Elite, friend! Disco boy, gotta go, gotta run some errands, fly safe or dangerous. Will do, you too. Errand safely. Let's see, what's our next little bit of fun that we can do? Yeah, it's not a learning curve, it's a learning wall. That's another question. Where do you find fighter hangars? I'm going to give you a website here, and make this website your friend. Really. Let's see. Load it up. Okay, actually two websites. So one of them here is Inara. So, Inara is good. This is the list of engineers. This is a list of what it takes to unlock everybody. This is a list of what they do. It's spectacular. Official Wizard 07, everyone just found out my all-beam laser Conda is very effective against Thargoid scouts. I would imagine so. Excellent, glad to hear it. At least you don't need AX weaponry on those scouts. So that's one of the websites. Here's the other one. eddb.io. Oh yeah, it is Thargoid scouts there. So, Aaron, this is the other website you want to learn. eddb.io, and this is the station subtab. There's also bodies, star systems, commodities, etc. But if you go into that part that says station sells modules and you type in fighter, you can see 5, 6, and 7 fighter hangars. So type in like 7D fighter hangar, go down to reference system, type in whatever system you're at. I'm typing in Narvert. Click on Find Stations, and it shows me that Larson Hub in the Bologna's system 2 days ago had Class 7 fighter hangars, and that is only 15.77 light years away. Now, if you want more up-to-date information, Galindo Point in Guchu Madhyas, in the Guchu Madhyas system, that updated information 1 day ago. So that's a good way of finding where the... I've been saying it a lot lately, but good grief. Frontier must own a company that builds nothing but Alt and Tab keys. Because as much work as it takes out of the game to figure out what to get in the game... Anyway. Security firmware patch, 5881, not bad. Assassinate Pirate Lord, 27 tons of palladium. In 5881. Well, we'll take this one. And we'll take this one since that's in 5881 as well. Anything else going on? No. So for my combat, for my combat zone ship, we're going to switch out to my make things go away ship. Yeah, Commander Vera, that's why I have 3 screens and run in windowed modes. There's no more alt-tabbing. I'm in the exact same boat. You practically need to build your own ship just to fly your make-believe ship. Lights on?
Lights on.
Aaron, thanks? No problem. I wish I had a simpler solution, but it is what it is. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Ship released. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock.
Seriously? Move. Yeah, or if you count the separate computer running ED Discovery. I'm about to lose me a lot of credits watching you pilot that Corvette earlier. Oh no. Also out of sentence. What you really need to do is just equip for... You're going to want to stack shields on your Corvette. And you're going to want to stack hull reinforcement and module reinforcement. Because if your shields go down on a stock Corvette, the hull is terrible. You're going to lose modules, you're going to lose your jump drive, you're going to lose your thrusters, and then you're dead in space, and then you're just dead. So module reinforcement and hull reinforcement, because once those shields go down, you should be somewhere else. You should make it a priority to be somewhere else. Found out last night if your sensors are completely destroyed, you lose radio communications. Yes, you do. Because it can't lock onto the station to send a docking message. Now, in case of emergency, if you've got a module at 0%, Functions tab, and then you go down to Reboot and Repair, which I don't have right now because I'm in Super Cruise. But that will get you... that will cannibalize from enough parts that anything that is destroyed will get back up to 1% and you can use it again. At least well enough to at least talk to the station and say, please roll the crash trucks. I have an ouch.
Incoming mission critical message.
Alright. 2 assassination missions. Not bad. 5881-1A and 5881-2. Which probably means they're going to be on the opposite side of the system from each other. Which means... Whoa, hi there, buddy. Somebody just went hot on me. You! That's my mission target. Target power plant. Balance.
Locktar equalizing tower.
Damn, service with a smile. And he decided to do this in the nav beacon, so everybody's opening fire on him.
Mission critical message.
All right.
Detected.
Well, hot damn. Thermic alloys, core dynamics, composites.
Cargo scoop deployed.
This guy was just a parts pinata. Oh, core dynamics, composites, grade 5. Gimme. Gimme, gimme. Don't tell him. Nope. On. Find focus crystals, grade 4. More thermic alloys. You know, I'm not even going to dignify all these tales of... Well, let me answer this one more time. I'm not going to answer this one more time. I'm sure I'll answer it more times. I have never crashed a ship into a docking bay so hard that people flee in terror. That's just a nasty rumor made up by people who've had to flee in terror. Compound shielding. Is that any good? That's grade 4. I'll take it. Everybody's a critic. But no, that was perhaps the stupidest pirate that I've ever faced. That was just... Let me jump into the nav beacon and attack this guy. With all these cops around. Okay. Oh, we may get a little warm here, that's alright. So no, a second chieftain just outfitted for anti-Thargoid combat. Like I've got my Federal Corvette set up as, sorta. That could be a thing. That could be a fun thing. Dren Arg. Pretty sure that's the last thing he ever said. Eric G, do it. It's fun. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the plan, because I mean, I love flying this Chief. It has rapidly become my favorite ship, hands down. In fact, I'm a little sad because if the crate comes out and it's a better ship, then I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. But yeah, I love flying the Chieftain. And, I mean, it's, for a combat ship, and as nasty as this thing is, it has got some pretty good performance, you know. Usually, if you got a good combat ship, it has little stubby legs and can't go anywhere in hyperspace. Basically, it's the equivalent of a, you know, an early 70s Cadillac Eldorado. Fill it up with gas, back it out of the driveway, fill it up again. But this thing actually goes places. So it's my daily driver. So I'll be very interested to see what the, or how the crate stacks up with this thing. Eric G, mine does around 25-ish with a bunch of hull reinforcement and, yeah, module reinforcement. Marino, the crate looks a lot bigger than it was in the old games. Yes, it does. It makes me think that it's going to be a, well, either a very big medium or a small large ship. Small large. Yes, a small large. Crew of 3. I mean, yeah, the crate was originally supposed to be a high-performance fighter. So I don't know how they're going to pull this off. And yeah, I'm doing what? 25 light years. Oh, FDEF confirmed it's medium already? Excellent. Well, that could be all kinds of fun then. Next to a Cobra, it was slightly larger. That's interesting. And it carries a fighter bay. Because I know I've seen it carrying a fighter bay in the analysis. Alright, if you do, Eric G, just ask one of the mods for permission on the link, so you don't get, you know, a brief timeout. Assuming any mods are here, otherwise just, you know, let me know.
Mission objective detected.
Threat level 2.
Awaiting orders.
You are a novice Fer-de-Lance. Oh my god.
Outstanding.
Incoming mission critical message.
All right. That's that. And thank you, Gret. That was embarrassing. That was sad. So, it's a little bit... Oh. Okay, so it's about the size of a keelback. This has potential. I like this.
Picking up a distress signal.
I need help taking heavy damage in pirate attack. Please help. What?
Cargo scoop deployed.
Buddy, he jumped in and then he immediately made the big jump out. He's gone. He's this very profitable debris cloud I'm currently scooping. If he laid a hand on you... Okay, so you see how this is moving away from me? It's actually caught up in the planet's gravity well.
We're picking up a distress signal.
I'll put it back down. You don't know where it's been.
Cargo scoop retracted.
If you get closer to the surface, and you have to scoop up something like, you know, mission reward or a mission... Not a mission reward, but a mission critical item, it gets a little hairy when you're trying to scoop stuff in freefall.
We're picking up a distress signal.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Yeah, that's when Elite gets almost too realistic. Then you got all kinds of trouble. But no, that's a very interesting picture. That's... Yeah, the keelback may end up being my new favorite. We'll see. It'll be hard to top the Chief. Guess it depends on the hard points.
Lincoln, Kilo, Yankee, Lima, please follow docking procedures, Commander, and enjoy your stay. Docking request approved. Land on designated pad number 38.
Copy 3-8. Coming in. Yeah, I said it. Now what you aren't seeing is that I just threw a handful of salt over my shoulder, spit and spun around 3 times. Gear down.
Down and locked.
What, did I say keelback? No, crate. Crate! Aaron, use that website you recommended, found a station sells hangars. Excellent! Just double check on the date of the info. Because if it's older than a week, it could be a little bit more suspect.
This is a flight regulations reminder. Please do not obstruct the access corridor during arrival or departure.
Now, here's something interesting. Here's an idea for body kits. Would it be possible to make a body kit or a ship kit that makes it look like something else? Like, could you make a Type 6 look like a keelback? Could you make a Type 9 look like a Type 10? The king of keelbacks. God. Excuse me. Some fun right there.
During arrival and departure.
So, 368 grand right there. Chat, I love you. I hate you all. Just so you know. I'm just being honest here. I love you, but I hate you. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Take care when leaving station.
Make an anaconda look like a sidewalk. If anybody has read the old Auto Duel Quarterly books, Auto Duel Quarterly was, it's tough love.
All clear. We hope you have a safe journey.
Yeah, usually you gotta pay somebody pretty good money for something like that. Auto Duel Quarterly. So it was the magazine of Car Wars back in the day. And they had a mad scientist / automotive outfitter engineer, Uncle Schmalbert. This was a this was a side, kind of an addendum to Uncle Albert's Catalog from Hell. That's where you got the really fun toys out of. But Uncle Schmalbert had things like, somebody brought him a motorcycle and wanted a little bit more protection on it. Like, all right, we can do that. Because in Car Wars, motorcycles are weak. At least individually. So he figured, hey, let's stick a holo projector on this thing and make it look like a semi-truck. Aha! Problem was that you needed a power plant for a semi-truck to actually run the holo projector. Crap. So he starts tinkering around, adding on a few parts here and there, and, suspension, the frame got a little oversized, so you needed a little bit more bracing. A little bit more balance, stability. Eventually, he gives it back to the customer, and the customer is so unhappy because it's not a motorcycle anymore. Some people, So they sold the design to the U.S. Army, and I think it's called the Ogre Mark I main battle tank or something now. Go figure, when you put a nuclear engine on board a motorcycle, it makes things a little more... Gives you the power, but the bracing and the shielding and all that inconvenient crap. Website was updated 2 hours ago. Well, there you go. You've got solid information there on a hangar bay. What are we doing? 48% influence, and we are rising. Excellent.
Lakon Kilo Yankee Lima. We look forward to receiving you at the station, Commander. Please follow docking procedures and enjoy your visit.
Lakon Kilo Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Access granted. Cleared for landing on docking bay 2-3.
Copy 2-3. You're down.
Deploying landing modules.
Amazingly, Eli isn't being an absolute smartass over everything. I guess that's Chat's job now.
Contact. Docking restraints engaged.
Alright, turn in our missions. I need some chips and watch this. The king of... I love you guys. I hate so much right now. High influence? Oh, why not? So the gang of HIP 5881, they don't like me very much. They... Oh well, not my problem. Another Pirate Lord assassination. You know, I should really be doing these in Thedidic. Because I think combat missions like this also boost influence. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Now, mind you, I could be totally wrong on that. Wouldn't be the first time. War reported. Yep, there's a war there. I'd recognize one anywhere. What's this over on the Discord? Damn it, Gret! Damn it! And you went and pinned it? Oh, that is low. Oh, that's just... That's... Wow. I just... Could you move that knife just a couple millimeters to the left? Yeah, that way I can still fly the ship and you can still have one in my back. Yeah, it's got to go a little bit to the side. Wow. Wow. Delete the VOD. Well, let's see if Skippy the Junior Pirate will show up again here. Oh no, did I do this mission wrong? You know, oh wait, no, I said... That's right. I said we need to go to Thedidic. That needs to be a new sound clip. Which one? I said, yeah, we have to go to Thedidic and then take the anti-pirate missions. New donation sound. I'm sorry, but that's the content people want. Fine. Fine. No. No, I understand that the show must go on and I must Must embrace my inner showmanship, even though I actually may have to fly a... that ship. Staff Sergeant Max Flightmaster. Well played, whoever got that name in. Well played. Those who don't know, there is an actual man. The actual name, the actual rank. I believe he is either Staff Sergeant or Gunnery Sergeant Max Fightmaster. But yeah, there's actually... I'm still trying to figure out what's a realistic sub-goal, and then try to go beyond that so I never have to do it. You know what? You take a Type 6, and you make everything on it awful. That's the ship we're talking about. That's the ship we're talking about. That Lakon piece of garbage. I mean, I know Lakon is perfectly capable of building very, very good ships. I'm flying one of them right now. Gear down?
Gear down.
I wouldn't name that ship again for all the bits on Twitch. And if I ever use that ship's name again... No. I will call it many things. It has many names. But I will never call it by its actual name. Follow-on mission. Assassinate Pirate Lord Slumber. Devil's Gaming, I am talking about a flying pile of crap with thrust vectoring. Influence? More influence is good. I'll take more influence.
Incoming mission critical message.
Assassinate terrorist leader. That's good. That's good money. I don't really need the rep. On the other hand, right here at 5881, L1. You can't get me to say it. Grit, the Aspen, the Chieftain are the only Lakon ships I can bear. Yep. Gear up.
Retracting docking module.
Well, no, they make the Diamondback series. The Diamondback is a good ship. They make the Type 10, which is, well, let's face it, the safest place to be if a Type 10 were somehow falling through the atmosphere and about to crash. The safest place to be would be inside that ship. It is a glorious piece of engineered armored hardware. possibly made from solid stellinium. Yeah, Diamondback Explorers are good ship. Diamondback Scouts make great stealth boats. $75%?
75%, sir.
Can't bring myself to like the Type 6, 7, 9, or 10. Type 7 makes a good budget bulk passenger hauler. I used it for about, 3 hours one day and it seemed to go really well. Okay, so let's see who shows up for this little adventure.
Incoming mission critical message.
5881A and 5881-3. Give it a couple minutes here, see if anybody comes in.
Scan detected.
Haha, Devil's Gaming, I have to like my Type 10 now. Yeah, you kinda do. You kinda do. Well, I guess we're going over here and having a visit. Looks like we gotta hunt them both down individually. Gret, why fly it when you have a Python? This was on my clean slate build early on where I didn't have a Python yet. But I was able to do enough passenger hauling missions that I was able to go from the Type 7 to the Python. Alright, now which one is this actually? This is... year-round Narvard, or 5881-3A. Okay. So we are going for the big target first. The wing mission. See it this way, when people see me, they're going to be like, hell no, I'm not robbing that mining ship. It's true. Just go with dual or triple mining lasers on those medium hard points. Waratah, thank you for the 100 bits. Different strokes, different folks. Yep. As long as I don't have to fly that thing, I'm happy. Owen 19, do you have to buy the voice commands? From HCS voice packs, yes you do. There are other voice packs out there that are free. I know one that I used a lot and still use in some capacity is Ripley Galactic's Kix, K-I-C-S. And she is free. Now, no longer supported, but still covers the vast majority of shipboard functions. Set humor, 75%. Humor, 75%.
Self-destruct sequence in T-10, 9.
Let's go for 60%.
Knock, knock.
And that's Kix. How about for PS4? There are no voice packs. The voice control itself is also from a separate control setup from a program called Voice Attack. That is PC only, as far as I know. Maybe Mac. I could be, though I don't have one, so I couldn't tell you. But no, console is limited to just what you get. Yep. Yeah, you can't even change HUD colors in the console. Devilous Gaming, where you get her? If you look up Ripley Galactic, just or Kix. Should be around there some. But there's a few other things you can get. I mean, I know there's a few other people that have made, like, free Voice Attack setups. But no, the payment, or the, you know, just having to buy from HCS, they bring in some major talent. William Shatner, Brent Spiner, both of the Hollies from Red Dwarf. You know, so a combined IQ of 12,000. Paul Darrow, Tom Baker, Ryan Blessed, in case you need to be, you know, in case you need your computer heard from 1,000 miles away. Well, they're always, well, not always, but they seem to be doing a pretty good job of adding in more voices as they go. So you never know who might be the next voice pack.
Mission objective detected.
Alright, where are you? There we go. Set 1-3.
All shields.
Sure.
We're at level 5.
Commander, what are your orders?
Light them up. Target power plant.
Target.
We're picking up a distress signal.
Gaining heat.
Nope. Feedback cascade. About to lose shields. That's alright, he did. Set 2-1.
All power to engines.
He's tumbling, he's gone.
Critical message.
2% hull. Yeah, let's move on to our next target. That wasn't so bad. I missed a few shots there, and that made... That fight could have gone a little bit faster if I'd actually connected a few more shots. Fortunately, I was able to hit with the railgun shots and knock out his shield cell tank. Set 1-2.
Powering shields.
Minimal damage. Yeah, we're in good shape here. Still like to know what's causing me to drop frames there. Looks like I've lost 453 total. So, may have to go have a look at that somewhere. Alright, 5881 1A. Which we are still nowhere near, I just noticed. 5,000 light seconds. Yeah, we're gonna be... We're just gonna take a moment here. Not bad for a ship with only, what, 4.5 million on the rebuy? If you were to sell this ship, it would only come out to like 108 million. So, Chieftains, they are almost approaching Cobra 3s in terms of effectiveness for the price you pay. I mean, I don't know a Cobra 3 that could pull off these missions. Well, solo it. A swarm of Cobra 3s might be able to make a mess of something. Balance.
Distributing power to engines, systems, and weapons.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Commander.
Crew command roster. Shuffle the crew. Give me a new crew.
As you wish.
As you wish.
Yes, Your Eminence.
As you wish.
Oh, how nice. Something for me to do. Yes, Your Eminence.
Of course.
Budman, just wait till I'm done with the... Yeah, that'll be a good ship. Maybe. If somebody else can pull it off, then... by all means. Tell you what, pay me enough and I might do it. No, you're not tricking me so easily. Hank, what in the hank are you doing? Master 10, is that the guy who plays Q on TNG? Yes, it is. That's John Delancey. Three-quarter impulse.
Three-quarter impulse engaged.
And this one, Kaleri Port, is right here. You'll turn your stream PG if you're not careful. Oh, my stream is already PG.
Mission objective.
It's a little higher than PG, but yeah.
Cancelled.
There we go. Well, at least I caught this one on approach. Yeah, just try to keep it under R. Threat level 2. Well, I guess we see what kind of pirate we get out of this one. That voice pack does come with a content warning. It's true.
Awaiting orders.
A federal assault ship. Target power plant.
Lock target.
Incoming mission critical message.
Next.
Cargo scoop deployed.
We're picking up a distress signal.
Cargo scoop retracted.
Mayday, I'm being ambushed by pirate... excuse me. Being ambushed by pirates. I can't hold them off much longer. Please help. I don't have the heart to tell him. I'm sure he'll figure it out soon enough. Master 10, imagine the content warning on the Mr. Torg voice pack.
Picking up a distress signal.
No, but he's got a, like, they actually put in a censoring box. All that bleeping you hear, that is actually his voice being literally bleeped out. Board of Directors wasn't happy with him totally speaking his mind. Devless Gaming 10 bits for the power of that ship. Yep.
What do you think, fans? Can the Vault Hunter's experience prove stronger than Flyboy's youthful arrogance and weird-ass slang? Almost certainly! But I'll pretend otherwise to maintain dramatic tension!
Budman, so we aren't even saying it now? Nope, not for all the bits on Twitch. We need to get him to love that ship. Well, as much as one can love a pile of metal shit. Yes, I'm paying penance, is what I'm doing. Oh no, I will still consider building one. Yeah, it's worse. Just one careless comment can just destroy your entire career on Twitch. As I have just learned. Damn it. A ship. Devilish Gaming. Building a ship. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave it at that for now. You're down?
Lowering gear.
Oh, what ship is that now, you say? It's a Lakon combat ship. A pocket fighter carrier. Oh. It's not gonna happen, chat. Not today. Fancy landing? Well, there was a little bit of a bump there on the way down, but otherwise, yeah, I'm happy with that. High influence for such a weak-ass pirate. And on that terrible, terrible bombshell, I think we're going to call it here for today. Oh, it's been fun, but yeah, real-world stuff to take care of, unfortunately. Master 10, what is the opposite of a keel front? Well, that would be a yardarm front. Budman, I assume you meant to say chieftain. Yes. Yes, you did. You assume correctly. And, yes, Master 10, that would be a yardarm front. That would be the opposite of the keel. So, on that terrible, terrible bombshell, calling it here for today. Always a pleasure to meet new people. Always a pleasure to answer questions and, usually talk to people. Rat. Oh, I will be back tomorrow, and yeah, we'll see what other trouble we can get up to. I may actually start modifying that chieftain and going more into the engineering. In the meantime, I'm Mr. Moo. Space, well, let's face it, Elite Dangerous streamer here. How-to guy, YouTube guy, just general guy. Take care, everybody. Fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe or fly dangerous, just for the love of all that is holy, be careful of what you say, because you may end up regretting it for the rest of your life. Take care, everybody, and let's see where we're gonna go here. Who are we gonna direct you guys towards? Let's see. Who's on? Looks like, yeah. Let's send everybody over to Levang Fan. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all again tomorrow.